Welcome to KenSpirits. I'm Ken, here to uncover those forgotten tales of the paranormal. Today, I'm going to tell you a super creepy story. My Uncle Matt never existed. This tale isn't just spine-chilling. It'll make you question your own memory, and maybe even start checking your family photo albums. Ready for this? Turn off the lights, grab a cup of hot tea, and let's dive into this mysterious world together. Alright, let's first talk about where this story came from. The incident first popped up on the 10th of November, 2024, on Reddit's nosleep subreddit, a place dedicated to sharing spooky stories. The post was by a user named bohemiancouchpotato titled, "My Uncle Matt Never Existed." As soon as it went live, it blew up. In just a few days, it got 4,685 upvotes and 152 comments. People were buzzing. Some said they'd had similar experiences, others guessed it was something supernatural, and a few even suggested aliens might be behind it. The hype didn't die down. By the 3rd of December, a video adaptation appeared on Rumble called "The Mystery of Uncle Matt, a Family Supernatural Encounter," explicitly crediting the story to Reddit. With the background out of the way, let's see what this story's all about. The story starts like this. There's an ordinary family living in a small American town. They're close-knit, always gathering for family events. This time, it's a barbecue party at Aunt Margot and Uncle Ken's house. 10 cousins show up, along with aunts and uncles. It's a lively scene. Everyone's eating burgers, chatting away. The vibe is relaxed and cheerful. But then, someone mentions a guy named Uncle Matt. The narrator's mom says, "Matt's my brother, from the Miller side." Aunt Margot chimes in, "What? He's from the Jensen side, my cousin." Everyone freezes, and suddenly they're debating whose relative this Uncle Matt really is. It's a classic family gathering moment, but things are about to get strange. They decide to settle it with old photos. They flip through albums, scroll through phone cameras, even check cloud storage. Not a single picture of Uncle Matt anywhere. Weirder still, they look at their phone contacts, and Uncle Matt's name is gone. The narrator swears they texted him a few days ago about catching a movie over the weekend, but the message history's completely vanished. Now the whole family's on edge. The barbecue's abandoned, and they gather that night for a meeting, determined to figure out who Uncle Matt is. They grab a whiteboard and list what they remember. Male, tall, no beard, terrible at math, loves Jim Carrey movies, especially The Mask. But here's the problem. Some say he's bald, others insist he's got curly red hair, and someone even says he wears glasses. Their memories don't line up at all. The narrator says they saw Uncle Matt just last week. He pulled up in a beat-up blue pickup truck and gave them a box of cookies. But when they ask around, no one else remembers this. Then Cousin Cass drops a bombshell. "I dreamed about him last night. He was in the garage fixing a car and chatting with me for ages. Everyone's skin crawls because that garage. No one was in there yesterday." They start checking the house and find something odd. The barbecue used 12 plates and 12 coffee cups. But there were only 11 people, 10 adults plus the narrator. There are 12 chairs at the table, 12 sleeping bags in the basement, but the count should be 11. Where'd that extra set come from? The next day, little cousin Timmy runs up and says, "Uncle Matt told me a story last night and played The Mask for me." But when they asked the other kids, none of them saw him. That night, Aunt Margot hears noises in the kitchen. She goes down and finds the dishes stacked neatly with a hammer and knife left on the table. She screams, swearing she didn't do it. Things are getting way too creepy, so they call the police. The cops ask for Uncle Matt's full name, description, address, but no one can pin it down. The narrator guesses maybe it's Matt Jensen, but the database turns up nothing. The police leave, suggesting they see a psychologist. Just when they think they're out of options, the doorbell rings. A tall man stands there grinning. "Hey, everyone, it's Matt. What's up?" They stare, hairs standing on end. He walks in with a box of cookies and says, "Didn't I just come by yesterday? You guys forget?" The narrator musters the courage to ask, "Then why can't we find your photos?" Uncle Matt pauses, pulls out his phone and says, "I've got tons of pics." He shows family snapshots with him in them. But here's the freaky part. If they try to send or save those photos, they corrupt and turn black. On his phone though, they're fine. Even scarier, after he leaves, the narrator's mom calls and says, "No one came over last night. What are you talking about?" But the narrator vividly remembers Uncle Matt sitting on the couch, chatting away. A few days later, he knocks again, asking, "Remember when we went to the zoo?" The narrator's stunned. They've never been to the zoo with him. Yet suddenly, a fuzzy image pops into their head. Uncle Matt holding cotton candy, laughing by the elephant cage. In the end, the family gives up investigating. But at every gathering, they set an extra plate, because it feels like Uncle Matt's still there, faintly watching them. Alright, story's done, but what is Uncle Matt? Let's break it down from a few angles. First, the spiritual take. Many paranormal experts might say he's a tulpa, an entity created by collective belief. The theory goes that if enough people believe in something, it might actually appear. Uncle Matt could be a figure the family subconsciously cooked up, slowly gaining a will of its own. Another idea. He's a changeling from folklore, a spirit pretending to be human with no shadow or substance, feeding off memories. Every time he shows up, he tweaks their minds a bit, and the photo glitches might be him interfering with reality. Now, the medical view. Psychologists might call this a twist on Capgras syndrome, where you think someone familiar has been replaced. But Uncle Matt's case is wilder. The whole family feels he's both known and unknown. Or it could be shared delusion, where stress or suggestion makes a group hallucinate the same thing. But what about the plates and sleeping bags? Doctors might argue it's memory confusion. They accidentally prepped an extra set and imagined Uncle Matt to fill the gap. From a scientific angle, this could tie into physics or quantum theory. Some suggest parallel universe interference. Uncle Matt slipped in from another reality due to a space-time glitch. His unstable existence explains why photos and records vanish. There's also a memory virus idea. He's like a computer virus, infecting their minds to make them think he's always been there. Doesn't that sound like the Matrix? Maybe we're all in a simulation, and Uncle Matt's a bug. Here's my take. The scariest part of this story is how it makes you doubt your memory. We rely on photos and phones every day, but if they suddenly betray you, showing someone who doesn't exist, what can you trust? I did some digging and found that similar cases, though rare, do exist. Some say a relative vanished from their photos, or they heard knocks from someone who isn't there. It sounds like urban legends, but I think there might be something out there we haven't figured out yet. With memories stored on devices now, what if some force can tamper with them, and we'd never know? That's it for today. What do you think Uncle Matt is? A spirit, a delusion, or a visitor from another universe? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time with more creepy tales. Bye-bye.